Look at a towering redwood tree, a tiny blooming daisy, and a thick desert succulent. On the surface, they look like completely unrelated organisms. Animals can walk to find food or run away from a threat. Plants are anchored in place. They have to engineer their way out of environmental problems using the exact spot where their seed landed. Despite looking wildly different on the outside, every single flowering plant operates on the exact same anatomical blueprint, a system of roots, stems, leaves, and flowers. By understanding this basic physical structure, their morphology, we can see exactly how these stationary organisms manage to colonize nearly every environment on Earth. The story starts underground. We often think of roots as passive, static strings holding a plant in the dirt. In reality, a root system is an active, relentless foraging machine. The very tip of this machine takes a constant beating. It is covered by a thimble-like structure called a root cap, an armored layer of tough tissue that protects the delicate center as the root forces its way through abrasive soil particles. Just a few millimeters behind that armor is the region of meristematic activity. Here, thin-walled cells with dense protoplasm divide rapidly, constantly generating new tissue. Those newly formed cells then enter the region of elongation. They physically stretch and enlarge, creating the actual mechanical force that pushes the apex deeper into the earth. As those cells mature, they differentiate. In this maturation region, some epidermal cells sprout incredibly fine, thread-like root hairs, dramatically expanding the surface area to absorb water and dissolved minerals. The plant doesn't always keep this system strictly underground. Sometimes roots emerge from entirely unexpected places. These adventitious roots grow straight out of the green stem nodes, offering the plant extra physical support or a new way to propagate. This entire network functions as a highly specialized mining operation. It secures the physical foundation and extracts the chemical fuel required for the rest of the plant to survive. Once the seed's plumule breaks the surface, the strategy changes. The stem grows upward, acting as a vertical superhighway fighting against gravity. This central axis is marked by two distinct features. It has nodes, which are the specific points where leaves or branches sprout, and it has internodes, which are the smooth, empty stretches of stem between those branching points. This central scaffolding is highly adaptable. Depending on the environment, a stem might modify itself into thin, winding tendrils to help the plant climb, or harden into sharp thorns for protection. Ultimately, the stem exists to lift the plant off the ground, perfectly positioning its solar arrays to catch the maximum amount of sunlight. Those solar arrays are the leaves. They are lateral, flattened structures specifically specialized to run the engine of photosynthesis. A typical leaf contains a network of veins. These veins serve a dual purpose. They act as a rigid skeleton to keep the leaf flat, and they operate as transport channels, delivering water while carrying away the sugars produced by sunlight. This flowchart classifies vein patterns. Dicots typically feature reticulate venation, a branching network. Monocots feature parallel venation with side-by-side veins. Further down, a simple leaf has a single blade, while a compound leaf breaks into multiple smaller leaflets. Even the way leaves attach to the stem follows a strict geometric logic. This non-random pattern of arrangement is called Phyllotaxy. Plants usually utilize one of three main patterns. In an alternate arrangement, a single leaf grows at each node in a staggered spiral. In an opposite pattern, leaves grow in pairs on either side. And in a whorled pattern, three or more radiate from a single point. These precise spacing mechanisms prevent the leaves from casting shadows on one another. The size, shape, and angle of every leaf is a calculated evolutionary response to capture as much solar energy as physically possible. At the very top of the plant, the stem terminates in the flower. The shoot's apical meristem stops producing leaves and transforms entirely into a reproductive engine. This engine is built in concentric rings, or whorls. The two outer layers are accessories, the calyx, made of protective green sepals, and the corolla, made of petals designed to attract pollinators. Inside those are the actual reproductive organs. The andrecium contains the male stamens, and right in the center sits the female gynecium, made up of one or more carpels. Deep inside the ovary of that female structure is the placenta, where the ovules are housed. As this animation shows, the layout changes depending on the plant. A pea pod uses a marginal layout, lined up along a single ridge. A tomato uses an axial layout, radiating from a central axis. And a mustard plant uses a parietal layout, attached to the outer walls. Even the way multiple flowers group together on a stem follows specific rules. In a racemose inflorescence, the main axis keeps growing upward, while in a cymose inflorescence, the main stem terminates in a single bloom, halting vertical growth. The flower is a highly engineered biological machine, specifically calibrated to secure the next generation. When we step back, we can see how specific combinations of these anatomical traits, leaf veins, root types, and flower structures, group together to create vast botanical families. The Fabaceae family, for example, features dicot leaves and deep taproots. This lineage provides humanity with protein-rich crops like chickpeas and soybeans, and even medicinal roots like Malethi. The Solanaceae family is characterized by flowers with 2 carpels. This group includes massive agricultural staples like potatoes and tomatoes, but it also produces powerful medicinal compounds such as atropine and nicotine. Meanwhile, the Liliaceae family features parallel-veined monocots with fibrous roots. This group gives us striking ornamental flowers, as well as essential culinary crops like onions and garlic. Because plants in these families provide so many varied resources, human agriculture, nutrition, and even early medicine have always relied on understanding their subtle morphological differences. Every forest canopy, wheat field, and backyard garden is built on a single architectural blueprint, endlessly adapting itself to survive and thrive on Earth.